Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. We are continuing the Let's Play series today, and we are finally going to finish the Hawai'i Skyline. Let me show you the map of what we have so far. And we are almost near the end to Kapolei Castle. So last time we built this station right here, and then I think Ho'opili Station. And so we need to make one more connection to Kapolei Castle. Actually, I think there's one more infill station before that. Wow, I didn't notice this new KTT line. It just appeared on the map. It wasn't here last time. And then over here, the West Midlands Railway, I think. This is, yeah, West Midlands Metro. It's just dominating this area right here. It's like its own little light rail system. Pretty cool. Lots of development all around the server. Haven't been on for a while. Look at all these lines. Cross country, and I think that those are the cross country lines. And then over at Spawn, we've got some new developments as well, like the Grand Central cross country. And then we also have this Cyan Heights manual driving terminal not yet open. So that's like upcoming projects on the server. So I'm excited to finish my own project as well. The Hawai'i Skyline has been a long time coming. And yeah, once we open it, we can also open it to manual driving as well. So hopefully you all can get a chance to experience it in the driving perspective as well. Yeah, looking at the Wikipedia page, we have the University of Hawaii, West Oahu. One more station. One more station till we connect to East Kapolei, in this case Kapolei Castle. Okay, so wow, the square map is quite laggy. So where are we? We are down here. Kapolei Castle is over here. Might be kind of cool to loop up to this mushroom island, honestly. So we can go underground, just have the track slope down underwater, curve up to this mushroom island, make a stop there, and then come back down to Kapolei Castle in the north-south direction. I think that is going to be a really cool idea. So let's get started. Alright, so first, let's go to the end of our tracks right here. We're going to need to make like a long curve all the way down to underwater. So I really don't want to make this look ugly. So we've gotta, let's see. This might be a good place to go underground. Look at these floating water blocks. Haven't been updated. Okay, so if we cut through this little mountain over here, that might work. So I'm gonna have the rails end up somewhere here. So I can't even see the rail preview because this is such a long stretch of track. 15992. So I am actually going to try using the new feature of 4.0 where you can adjust the curve of the track. I feel like that would make it look much smoother. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna build the rail first. So right now it's a curve made out of two circles. It looks actually pretty okay right now, but if I use the new feature, which is to edit the shape of the curve, it could look a little better. So instead of quadratic, I'm going to change it to 2 radii, and then the radius. So right now it'll be a perfectly straight track, but if I added some rounding at each of the ends, that's what the radius means. So I can add some radius. You can notice the shape of the track slowly changing. So maybe let's start with 50, see how that looks. Can barely tell, really. So the middle should be relatively straight, and then the ends should have like a 50 block radius. Circle, arc. Yeah, it's supposed to be an arc. So here is a little bit of curve, and then the rest of it is straight. I think that looks pretty good. It would look good with the sloping as well. So let's bring this over and work on the other side as well. We can have two independent bridges here. I'm fine with that. Let's take a look at the dashboard real quick as well. So yeah, I think we have plenty of space to curve. Okay, so this is 15973. Alright, place down this track as well. Now that you're looking at it side by side, you can really tell the difference between the shapes. And I think the straight curves look much nicer, so we'll change that back to 50. And there we have it. Okay, now we can use the bridge creator and the, bridge creator. We'll use 5, just like we have before. Kind of forgot how we made the bridges. Do we have stone brick lining the side or not? I think, it's just smooth stone slab. So let's just try this. Click, and there we go. Oh, there's a train right here. But I've successfully built the bridge here. We gotta clear away one or two trees, I think just this one. So let's grab an axe. We do have the tree chopping mod installed, which makes this much easier. But the bottom, I'm not sure if this will... Yep, this is still a manual process because apparently this is not considered a tree for some reason. Okay, I've measured out these tunnels, and this is what the track will look like after it cuts through the mountain. So it looks like we might have to shave a little bit off this house. Not ideal, but I don't know. Let's try moving this 2 blocks so that we'll at least preserve this kind of fence area. I don't know. We'll see after we build the tunnels and all of that. Oh, when I use the pick block for farmland, it actually gives me farmland. Is that a new Minecraft thing? I don't know. But okay, look, this is what the tunnel did. So I think I'm going to at least chop off the top half of this so that the tracks can be kind of exposed. Yeah, so at least we have some sort of view here. And then we can modify the walls a little bit later. Yeah, something like this. Let's do the other side first before we try to fix this part. I feel like maybe these walls will look the best if it's just aligned with the terrain, even if it doesn't match on both sides. Let's just see. Okay, I think I'm still going to keep 1 block here, just to fence off the track a little bit. Yeah, so I'll probably extend the stone brick over like this, all the way to the end, somehow. Wow, I'm the only one on the server right now. That's quite rare. Usually at least a visitor or 2. The other visitor just disconnected. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Cuts through the village, but it's not the worst design. Yeah, I think this is acceptable. And then over here, let's see, we will curve northbound. So we'll go up here to about this point right here. So pretty smooth 90-degree curve up to here. So that's about 946315615. Gotta remember that. So I'm just going to open up square map on the side as well, so that I can see better. Ooh, this is a really nice bridge. We might have to go a little bit deeper, actually. Just to avoid cutting through these... Just to avoid... Because the ocean is kind of deep as well. Let's see how deep the ocean really is. Like, we'll probably have to go down to, like... Wow, Y17, that's... yeah. Or like Whoa, this part's even deeper. Basically at 0, this is like deep slate level already. So, okay, let's go back to the mainland. So this is a little bit of a curve. So let's find somewhere to finish the curve here first. I want to stay at Y64-ish, right here. Um, 64, right here. Okay, I want to stay at Y64, so that this curve itself isn't sloped, but then the section afterwards, I do want it to slope down to 0. Or deeper. We might end up quite deep at Capo Castle, but I don't know. Okay, so I think this is good. Let me build the tunnels first. Oh no, I forgot about this. Because the tracks kind of cut out because we didn't even slope down here yet. So the point of cutting through this village is kind of to use this mountain to slope down, but now we can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this. Okay, luckily the regen worked pretty well, I think. Yeah, for the most part the regen worked. I was a little bit scared because of these custom biomes and the different Minecraft versions, but I guess the terrain here was generated with the 1.20 teralith, so it was okay. But yeah, it's always a little bit risky when trying to regen stuff. Okay, so going back to our plan, from the village we're supposed to dip down here first so that the tracks don't show up behind the village. That's the plan. Okay. So here we're pretty much inside the tunnel, so we're going to slope down as much as we can. This is a pretty good spot to go down to. Wow. Oh. 36. Yeah. Let's see, is there more space we can go? Because I don't want to go too far over. Actually, you know, we've got a lot of space still, so we can go like all the way down here if we wanted to. This is like not even deep slate level yet. That's crazy. Okay, so somewhere here, I would say. Oh, the preview just cut out. That's annoying. Okay, 0 here. This line. Whatever Y level this is. Bam. Okay, let's do the same thing with 2 radii with 50. I actually don't know how steep this track is, if it's too bad. Ooh, it's kinda steep. Yeah, it's kinda too steep. So maybe I'm thinking we have to go even further if we want to dip down to this level. So all the way out to here, maybe. 15992. Oh, wow. Okay, let's try this again. 2 radii 50. That still looks kind of steep though, don't you think? But it's definitely better than the old track. Call it good? I don't know. We also don't have to go so deep as well, I think. Let's take a look at this slope. Yeah, this is definitely not as steep as this one over here. This is like a peak tram level steep. Okay, let's try this one more time. Maybe going to here. 15993, right? 2. 15992. Okay. Right here. Bam. And then adjust 2 radii, 50. All 3 tracks like this. Okay, I think this is okay. I'll take that. Yeah. By the way, rail nodes have been waterloggable since the 4.0 update. If you didn't notice that already, should be useful for building underwater too. If you're building some, I don't know, underwater sightseeing line. I remember the Kwai-Fong viewing line on Sentown. That was one of the earliest, like, coral reef kind of viewing line. That was pretty fun. I miss Sentown. Although Sentown is open for the public, but people just don't go on it because it's technically a testing server, which is fine. 15973. Okay, let's see the exact coordinates of this. Alright. Let's see. These are my 2 tunnels. Ooh. Why are these not rounding properly? Is my tunnel slightly crooked? I don't think it is. Maybe just some rounding issues with the math. Okay. Oh, this is cut out a little bit. It's okay, that's a hole anyway. So from the surface, this looks good because it's not exposed out here, which is what we want. Alright, so now, taking a look at the square map, we can start curving up to about this point, and then curve to the left, and then cut through the island left to right. I think that's the best course of action. Alright, so let's grab our 2 nodes. This is going to be quite an epic line because it cuts through so many biomes, visits so many areas, and with different above and underground stations. But I feel like most people's lines are like that anyway, so mine is actually nothing special. But I think it's cool, so... And I hope you all will enjoy it as well. Oh, probably about here. Yeah, right about here. 23 is the target Y level we want to be, and that is 23. Okay, 23, and then with about 3 blocks in the middle, right there. 1 and 2. Yeah, okay. These tracks look good. They're not cutting through the ocean floor too much. So let me real quick build the tunnel. Okay, there we are, and I cut the wall kind of at this area. This floor needs some fixing. Alright, let's continue with our tunnel, and I'm also looking at the square map as well at the same time. This is our mushroom island? Yep. Whoa, look at that. This looks really cool. Like, it's just in such deep water, but the island itself is like elevated. This is really cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to make glass tunnels here for sure. Yeah, so that people can see out. And I think I want to end my tracks a little bit early, right about here. 23 would be here. So let me do position 1, position 2, set stone. So I'll set a stone block here so that I can build off of it. So let's see, this is 21, so I need a couple more blocks. So 22, 23. This is 23. Yeah. So my track, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I don't know how many blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is usually how I do it. Oh, and also if I don't know if I probably want to make an island platform right here, actually. So let's see how many blocks my platform will be. So 1, that'll be the platform edge, and usually I do like a even number so we can put double escalators in the middle. So maybe I can do 12 for a little narrower platform. So I'm saying, and then the platform block, and then 1, 2, 3 for the track. So the node should be right here. Let's double check that this is 12 blocks how I wanted it. Yep. Okay. Now we can build this. Perfect. Now for the tunnel, I'm going to just do it like normal first. I'll do the tunnel as normal, and then later we can come in and replace it with glass, because parts of these tunnels cut into blocks, so I do want those blocks to remain as stone brick, and then I can always use World Edit to replace those stone bricks with glass later on. Actually, in the section between Aloha Stadium and... oh, Sleepy is here. Between Aloha Stadium and Pearl Ridge, I think that's the first station, we actually have glass tunnels as well. So this is going to be kind of reminiscent of that. I think Sleepy understands that my chat has been turned off for recording purposes, so yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do is select this block and select this block and then replace stone bricks with white stained glass. There we go. So we still have one block of stone brick down here. And then we also gotta patch up this because the bridge generator isn't perfect. This is the annoying part. Alright, I think I did it. One layer of stone brick and then glass. And then here we can just extend this inside the island. Let's see, after the island, if we can come out and then immediately turn, or we can maybe even turn inside the island. I don't know, we'll see. And then come out this way. That also depends where we build the platforms at Kapolei Castle. So let's go plan that first, because I feel like that's pretty important to match up the right part. Wow, this looks really nice here. Okay, so Sudari said I can build underground platforms here. So I think I'll just do that. The middle of the station is about here, I think, based on the design. Wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Right about here is the middle. So yeah, the station is pretty much centered as well. So let's see, where is Y23? This is 49, so might have quite a ways to go. Is this too deep for the platforms? I think it's fine. And actually, I'm thinking of using single track here. Yeah, we can use a single track. I don't think I'm gonna extend this line anymore in this area. So even if we do, we can also just rebuild later. But I do want to center this with the station as much as I can. So that might be a little bit tricky. We'll see. So first, I guess, let me find the exact center point of the station. Looks like it's about right here. This is the center point. So I'm going to TP 23 and then break these blocks around me. So this should be the center point at 23. Yep. Let's just fly up to confirm. Yeah, I think we've got it. Yep, okay. Cool. So now what we have to do is extend this section. So I'm just gonna make some simple structure, I guess. 1, 2, I don't know what I'm doing. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to stack this, because I think my platforms are 101, so 50, or let's do 49. And then this way, 49. Let me mark the center block so I don't forget it. And then check from here to the end is how many blocks. 99. Okay, so instead of 49, we'll do we'll do 50. Oh, no! I realized what I did. Oops. Because I selected those. Oh. Okay, I think the damage has been contained. Hey, I'll try to not make that same mistake again. Let's double check this 101. Okay, so this will be where our platform is. Dead center of the station. So let's just place down the platform rail first. And then we can change the design a little bit as well. So yeah, we usually use smooth stone blocks here. Smooth stone. And I wonder what platform numbers Sudori is using. So we'll name this 3 probably. And then I think it'll be okay if our platform is on both sides. Right? So like something like this. So people can like board and alight on both sides. That'd be kind of cool. So stack 100. Oh. Alright, there we are. Okay, so going north is where this is gonna go. So I want to extend this tunnel a little bit so that we have some space to make changes. Okay, so stack probably 30. Oops. What did I do? Oh, set 0 first and then stack 30. So what I'm doing is I'm making a little more room for the train before it enters the platform, and then also enough space to kind of switch tracks because I'm going to make the fork up here. Yeah. Okay, this is how my tunnel is going to look. Platform's going to be there, and then there's going to be a section of rail. So let me signal this real quick. So yeah, this will be independent, and then this will also be independent, and then I'll probably apply the signal to the fork as well, the two branches. Alright, just like this. And then this can continue to connect to the Mushroom Island, which is going to be University of Hawaii, West Oahu. Oh, this is... okay. Do we actually have enough space to do this? I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do actually is come over here and extend the floor. What am I gonna do? Yeah, let me try extending this over that way. Just to get an idea of where this ends up. So we definitely have enough space for a platform. It's just the curve that I'm a little worried about. So if I make the curve start right about here and do this. Okay, this is kind of a tight curve, but we might be able to drag this a little bit more over. I don't know. Let's test the other side. Oh, I guess this is the short side. Okay, cool. So we might be able to start the curve all the way back here as well. Wait, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Let's go back and check. Okay, so this actually will go to this track. And this is actually the far track, the northbound track. So yeah, this won't go here. This will come like somewhere over here. Alright, so now I'm going to extend the other side as well, just to check. So 300. And then that will bring us, I think, here. This is the block, right? Like that. Cool, okay. I think these curves are acceptable. It's a little bit tight, but after all, we're using light rail trains. And in Seattle, the curves are pretty tight as well, especially downtown. Okay, so let me finish building the tunnel for this section, and then we can continue, I guess, building out the mushroom station. Okay, I've connected it, and I've made the tunnel, so now this connects to the other side as well. So, see? Oh, I need to drain this water as well. Okay, so the tunnels have all been completed, technically now. Oh no. That was almost really bad. Oh, actually, it was really bad. Okay, look, the whole ocean. Oh no, look at this. Okay, undo. Please, please undo. Okay. Ooh, I think because I was in spectator, the bottom of my feet were slightly sticking out from the bottom block, and so it tried to drain the ocean. So let me drain just in here. Okay. Ooh. Making too many world edit mistakes today. Good thing the server hasn't crashed. Alright, so yeah, these nodes are waterlogged, so sometimes we need to use a bucket to clear that up. But otherwise, okay. I think we're pretty good here. I'm trying to just make the platform in this area inside, indoors. So let's see if we have enough space. Yeah, we definitely have enough space. So if I just choose an arbitrary point, yeah, the exit doesn't matter that much because we can always adjust. But okay. Where did my node go? Or was I in this tunnel? How did I get over there? Okay, so 101. Here, 77, 101. Oh. Here. Cool. Alright. So it's time to place down some platforms as well. We probably don't even need the building tools anymore. Alright, here we are. So this is going to be our station area, or like our platform area. So yeah, now to determine the block palette of our station. We have a mushroom-ish feel to it. So I want to use some mushroom themed blocks, but not too much because it can get kind of cheesy if we do. So maybe some shroom lights would be good. Some mushroom blocks, but I don't want to overuse it. So maybe some wood as the floor to begin with. Or even some like bricks, stuff like that. Let's see, I don't really want like a dark vibe to the station. So, ooh, maybe cherry. Cherry might look cool with mushrooms. Maybe I just like the color pink, but let's just give it a go, I guess. And strip cherry or cherry planks. It's kind of like Sakura Survival. I know some people have been asking about Sakura Survival, and if I'm going to continue the series, I think I will. I'm just so busy, don't have time. Like, it's either the Let's Play or Sakura Survival or something else. Like some 4.0 updates, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I will... Yeah, it's been since November of last year since I've uploaded something, I think. So let's try, yeah, using some cherry. Using some... Actually, if we can use some mushroom as well. I don't want to overuse it. So maybe brown mushroom for like to line the edges. Or like 3 blocks. Then 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Like this maybe. I don't know. I'm just playing around here. Okay. This looks a little funny. So, okay, we need a concourse, and then we need some lifts to go up to the top. There's actually not much to do in a mushroom island, honestly. It's just for the... Like, because it's so unique, the biome is so unique, it's just for that, basically. But there's nothing much to see in the mushroom island. Maybe I can make a little viewing area. Or actually, what if I made the lift come up from here? That would be really cool. Yeah, like what if I just made a passage here? Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. So, yeah, it's at 0. Like I just made a passage through here. Oh, but that actually cuts right into there. So maybe undo. So the lowest we can go is somewhere here. I just think it'll be really fun to go through that crystal. Amethyst geode. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I looked up some like mushroom themed builds on Google Images, and actually I got some pretty interesting results. So I'm going to try to replicate some of that and just to see how the color themes work in that. So first I'm going to set spruce planks. Get started with that. And then what I'm going to do is to use a bunch of quartz for, let's say, the pillars. Smooth quartz, probably. And then I want to also extend the ceiling, if I can. So if I do a world edit move, does it also make the rest air? I'm not sure. Wait. I guess not. Ooh. Okay. Alright. So I hollowed out a big space, put down some escalators, and I might do a lift in the middle. And for this build, I do want to build some organic shapes, which is going to be kind of hard. I have no experience doing that, and it's just tricky in general. So I don't even know how I'm going to approach this. So we could use this mushroom stem block, or I can stick with quartz. I don't know. So I guess I'm just going to try to randomly build a pillar. And then widen it, I guess. Randomly widen it. This is so hard. Have you guys tried doing this before in Minecraft? Let me know in the comments if it was a challenge or was it easy to build organically. Basically something not geometrical. I don't know what I'm doing. Just kinda... Yeah, I feel like this line, I've experimented with so many new building styles, and it's really expanded my horizon and what I can do. Personally, as well as like in terms of building stations. Okay, this looks kind of organic enough, right? Alright, we have a little wider base and then kind of tapering off. Not really. Yeah, okay. So now, let's add some red mushroom blocks near the top. So, just kind of randomly just scatter some around. Not bad, not bad. Maybe quartz is the wrong choice. Maybe I should be using actual mushroom stem blocks, but I don't know. This is working so far. Maybe it depends on people's texture packs. Oh! Forgot that happens. Okay, we have a blob of a mushroom here. Kind of make a little hat. Yeah. Like a little rim on the top. Nice. Alright, okay. Can't touch it too much or else it'll become too symmetrical. Okay, nice. Now some leaves. Let's do just oak leaves. the simplest. So I'll just put it on kind of one side-ish. Or two sides, I guess. Not too much that it kind of overshadows the build of it. Okay, just a little bit to add some color. Maybe a little bit of drooping down like that. Wow, okay. Yeah, really, let me know what you think in the comments because this is very new stuff to me. Okay, finally, we can't forget about the all-powerful station name. Okay. So this probably means, yeah, let's do this. Okay, you know, I'm actually going to shift this over just so that the station name part of it can be aligned in the center. Alright. Ooh. Copy and paste. There we go. Cool, okay, that looks pretty cool. Nice. I like that. Now we just have to build a bunch of these all around. So easy, right? I think I'm going to just build one big one around the middle, and then the lift can go through there. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is first I need to find the center. And then I'm going to build a cylinder. How does this work? CYL height pattern. Wait. Pattern radii height. So CYL smooth quartz. Radii probably 4. Height would be 14. Let's do that. Okay. That worked. Except that it's off-centered. I think there has to be a way to do decimals, right? So the height is going to be actually 15. And then let's try 3.5 and 15. Oh, yes. That is... Oh. That is weird. Okay, you know what? It's going to be organic anyway, so... This will be our base shape, but we're going to make this organic, so... Kind of like cut out some blocks, add some blocks, cut out some stuff randomly, add some things. So, kind of go like... I'm trying to do this as randomly as possible, which... This is really stretching my comfort zone right now. But I like the result. If the result is good, then I'm all for it. Ooh. Don't want to make this extrude out too much. Just randomly break some blocks and place some stuff down. Fill in some gaps. Okay, if I think too much, then it's going to be less random than I like. So, just gotta keep going and don't stop. Okay, how does this look? This looks like a mess. Actually, wait. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Could be worse. But I feel like I'm cleaning it up too much now. and it's going to become too organic, or I mean too artificial. I feel like this side is a bit too flat. Okay, don't touch it, don't touch it. Otherwise it'll lose its charm. Yeah, okay. And then here, continue. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Wonder if there's a world edit command actually to... I know there's a naturalize command, but I don't really know how I would apply to this. So I do want this wood to be replaced with quartz whenever possible. And then this actually will be my concourse area also. So can't make this too ugly. Easier said than done though. Although I think this is, yeah, this is not bad already, not bad. Just some parts of it is just too perfect. I don't know. I'm having fun though. This is quite an interesting build, I would say. Alright, this is good enough, right? Good enough. Yeah. This is quite random already. From a cylinder to a random shape. Cool. Okay, so now I want to put the lift in here somehow. So I'm gonna dig out this 2x3 space. Set 0 and then stack 10 just to hollow this out. Yep, and then where was my center? Oh, also we're making the platform a little bit too narrow here. Yeah, okay. Where is the center? Let's try again. Center 1. So that puts a stone block at the center. So I'll put the station name down before I forget as well. Okay. Right here as well. Okay. Alright. Pretty excited about this. Okay, so this is the center point. The lift will probably be 2x3. Let me mark the center again. Oh, actually, I can just dig out the lift shaft right now. And I'm going to use the iron blocks like normal. Okay, so lift doors. This will become like this. Right? And then with the, yeah. Let's actually build out the shaft first. Set 0 and then probably can stack 50. Just all the way to the top. Wow, this is deep. Even 50 blocks won't cut it. Okay, so that lift shaft comes up right about there. Should I make this a lift-only station? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, let's build the tracks. Ooh, I can... Yeah, none of my stations have any horizontal lift movement yet. That might be kind of cool to try at some stations, but maybe not this one. I don't know. Okay. These Tianjin signs are pretty cool. Pretty useful. Alright, so we have a floor here, Okay. Let's see how I'm going to design this. How does this look? I think it's not bad. Maybe... adding more leaves would definitely make this look better. And then I'm thinking maybe this can kind of have chains. Chains going all the way up as well, just like the bottom. Maybe chains in every one of them? Is that too much? Guess we'll see. Stack 8. Nope. Stack 4. I don't know, does this look too scary or something? I don't know. I think it's fine. Maybe if I just did this and cut out some of that. Or at least just cut out the chains in the middle. Yeah. Alright. I think I'll do that. Okay, not bad. So for this part, for the rest of the lift, so let me link up everything first, just like before. Okay, put the lift in as well. I think we should copy these signs as well. Okay, let's try taking a test ride up to concourse. Cool, that works. And we'll put the signs here and here. Alright, so now we have that, and we have a pillar there. And then we have the central pillar. I feel like we need more mushrooms on this one as well. This can probably replace some of the chains if we do this correctly. As random as possible, no hesitating. Otherwise, it would not be random anymore. Come on. I'll break 2 of the chains on each side. Okay, so I modified this design a little bit, added a middle layer of red mushroom as well. So for this area, I'm planning to make a little bit more as well. So some sort of random organic design. Also kind of around the escalators as well. So like this will be like a fork mushroom kind of joining on both sides. This bottom part will be kind of set though. Like something like this. I think this is easier to build, like smaller, thinner structure is easier to build than that central thing I had over there. Just because it's thinner, I guess. Okay. And a little bit higher to the top. And then this will instead use some brown mushroom with, of course, my escalator signs. Oh, actually, yeah, one thing that I was actually thinking of is that we might make this and interchange with future boat services, which I want to make a ferry pier here as well. So I think the crossbar would work pretty well here. Because this is a mushroom island, and the island is pretty high above the water level, it might make sense to have a ferry pier. Okay, anyway, let's figure out this. This is not bad, yeah. Something like this. Cool, and then this can have the exit and the X. I'll just center this for now. Okay, so about the brown mushroom, this is what I plan to do. Yeah, I guess I'll just put it up top like the other one. It's kind of annoying how the mushroom changes color when you break a face of it, because yeah, then I have to replace the blocks. This will be a little bit thinner than the red one, so I'm not going to go down as many blocks as the red one, just like in Minecraft. Alright, so this will be the brown mushroom, kind of merges together like that. And then we also will need the station name as well. Like that. Alright. Nice. I'm liking the look of this station so far. Oh, and also leaves. We need to add leaves on all of these, just to add a pop of color. Alright, so let me do that. For this side, we need to build 2 pillars. One for this part over here, and then one for the end pillar. The end pillar is purely for decoration, and also for the station name. I feel like technically we should have one more station name here somewhere, but yeah, okay. Let's finish this first. So, some random structure. Alright, there's the brown mushroom. And then one more over here. Let me see where this is. How many blocks from the end? Because I do want the station names, so 4 blocks from the end. I do want the station names to be kind of even. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And I think it was 3 blocks from the edge, right? Pretty sure. Oh, 4 blocks. Okay. Okay, there's the stem. I think it's random enough. Let's compare it with that one we built. Yeah, okay, good enough. So let's grab some mushrooms and some leaves, and then we can decorate all of these accordingly. Spam these mushroom blocks down. That's how we do it in a semi-random manner. Okay, I don't know how many blocks we went down for that side, but yeah, this looks good enough. Alright. Okay, now for the leaves, I think we only did like 2 blotches of leaves basically. Okay, I have to be a little bit more careful with leaves because we can't have it floating too much, otherwise it might look weird. Like that, yeah. The other one go all the way down to the bottom. They're both kind of floating. So I guess all the leaves doesn't have to touch the floor. Oh, I just realized maybe people can find ways to parkour up one of these pillars. But that's not intentional. And there's nowhere really to parkour to, so not too worried about that. Alright. This has been a fun build. Okay, so some leaves here as well, or maybe I'll skip the leaves for the middle one and just add it over here. Yeah, just for the red mushrooms, I think. And then kind of drooping down like that. These ones, I'm okay if they touch the floor. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, this is good. I think this is good. Perhaps one over here as well. Alright, this is how that looks. Some of the leaf like pillars don't touch the ground and some do. I gotta replace this one right here. So, alright. Okay, now let's do effect clear to see the light levels. This is really dark. We gotta fix that. And also, we can't forget about the directional signs for which platform is which. So I think I'll stick with just using the LU poles just for consistency, I guess, and simplicity. Alright, I pasted that in, and right now it's not going to show any platforms because the roots haven't been connected up yet. Still looks kind of dark here. Maybe I'll use some lanterns to light stuff up. That would go pretty well with the mushroom theme. Although, where would I put these? Oh, I'm also missing the escalator signs right here. So let me add that in because that would also change the light level a bit. Alright, so for the most part, this station is pretty bright. Yeah, I would say the lighting level on the platform is already pretty good. So as for up here, we can just put down lanterns like this. And I think can already call that good enough. Alright. And we probably can also put down some of this. So because we are going to have an interchange, we should probably put the name of the line here as well. So I guess I might as well wire up the routes. So westbound will stop here, and then Capo Castle platform 3, and then for eastbound platform 3, and then platform 2. So shift click, perfect. So now we'll at least have the signs editable. Okay, that looks kind of weird. Okay, I don't know. We will leave that as is at the moment. So we would need the pole to go all the way up. What if I put lanterns in every single pillar? Not too bad, I guess. Okay, That looks really good for the station. I'm happy with that. And we've also got the platforms in now. Okay, I think what is left is the lift connection to the top. Oh, actually, before I forget also, I would like to make the inside of this look a little bit nicer. So, oops. Night vision, infinite one, true. So I do want to make this curve better. So we have to be careful not to cut here, which is about 4 blocks of space we have. So I guess actually if we do cut, it's not the worst. So I want to make this a little bit nicer. Something like this. This kind of curve probably will make it look better. So stack 100. Yeah, that cut that mushroom. It's okay though. Kind of reminds me of the McFlurry design, because I try to make the inside curve better. Alright, so now we copy this design to the other side. Okay, I think I'm okay leaving all of this as like stone bricks. In fact, let me just directly set that to stone bricks. And then the top can be stone. I don't really mind that. Like, it makes it look like it's still like in a rough cave kind of feel. I feel like I could probably make this better. Maybe line this with like some spruce and leaves and stuff like that. This actually might not be a bad idea. So if I go like this, and then I go to the other side, and then I do walls, spruce, slab. I don't know. Walls, spruce, fence. And then move, and then wall, spruce, slab. Type top. I don't know, whatever. I think just like this is okay. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Yeah, this looks pretty good with the curved ceiling. It gives just a little bit of detail, but not too much. And like the darkness also helps hide these corners, these edges over here, which is good. And when you're up here, it really feels like you're in a tunnel, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so what happened to these escalators here? Maybe some copy and paste issue. I don't know what happened. This is so weird. Wait, what's going on? Okay, fixed. Cool. Maybe when I was pasting something earlier, it messed up the escalators, but alright. Overall, I think this is nearing completion. Let's go to the top. Yeah. Let's go to the top using the lift. And I probably can't exit right now because there's no lift doors installed up there. And I was talking about a ferry pier as well, so the ferry pier can come out of one of these sides. But that can come later. It doesn't have to be done anytime soon. Oh, fare gates. Haven't thought about where I would put that yet, but I think maybe I'll build a little house, a little hut over here. I wonder if these axes work for the mushrooms, because I don't want so many mushrooms. Oh, they do. Nice. But they're not perfect, though. Look at this. Why would it leave a ring around here? Maybe there's a radius that it checks for. Anyway, I'm going to clear out this area a little bit and then continue building the station exit. Okay, I leveled out an area by cutting down the mushrooms. This lift can be in the corner of the building, actually. So if I make the floor kind of like this way, set spruce planks. So the lift doors can just open to one side here. That's fine. So to think about the structure, how am I going to build this? Okay, I also cleared out this little mountain on the side over here. Okay, now I'm going to try to build kind of like a house structure. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I'll make the station entrance kind of like this, using some cyan stained glass, just like before. Maybe we can do something interesting with the roof. Make like a double sloped roof. Not entirely sure at this point. So people would come in here and take the lift down. I usually don't put decorations in my stations like this, but I guess for some reason I just felt like it here. Weird. Okay, so ticket machines will go somewhere here. Might make the station feel a little bit squished. I don't know. And then I think these 5-0 signs fit really well right here. I feel like there's so much space all around, and yet I'm choosing to squish all this stuff into such a small space. I don't know why. Maybe it's just habit. Like, coming out of the lift here, it does feel very tight for space. So I don't know why I'm doing this like this. If I rotate the whole thing 90 degrees, then I'm gonna get much more space. Alright, I think this is much more space. Yeah, this looks much better when you're coming out. And then exit. Probably would be good to have a sign like right about here to point you to the exit. So you're not like, oh, it says X over there. But it's like, nope, the exit is actually that way. Alright. Yeah, something like this. That looks good. And then, now for the roof. I was thinking of like a... sort of like a church roof with like a double slope, kind of. I'm just referencing some designs I'm seeing online. So let me see if I can pull this off, because I've also never really tried building like this before. So what we have here is a stairs like this, another stairs, and then I think we need some planks. One plank, I think. So these can be upside down stairs. One plank, another plank, stairs, and then I guess we can finish it off like this. So it's like shallow and then steep and then just top off. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's try it. So, how is this gonna work? So stairs right there. Okay, this looks very much like a bell shape, but I think that's too big. Let's move that back. And then maybe we can kind of cut this down a little bit. I think still need to move it back. Couple blocks. Oops. Like that. Okay. And then the top can be like that. Okay, this looks kind of fancy. And I do want to mirror it on the other side as well. So like rotate it 90 degrees. So let me try copying. Rotate 90. Then coming here to paste. Yep, kind of. Like that. Yep. This block though. Don't know which way to make the stairs face. So I might as well make this into a slab. No. I don't know. I'll just pick a side. It's not going to be perfect. Alright. Let's see. Because ideally I would want this shape, right? But then if I break this, maybe I have to use World Edit to the rescue. No. Oh, okay, like this. Like that. Oh, it's still updated. So what if I did this and this and then just a copy and paste. Copy, paste. Yeah, there we go. This is an unstable shape though. Once something updates, this will revert. Alright, so let's keep building out the roof. Basically just extending this as much as we can. So I guess first of all, I will just stack this roof. Yeah, I'll stack from here to here. And then stack how many? Like 10? Oh no, 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 no. I wanted position 2 to be here. Okay, stack 10. So 4, 15. Yep, 15. Nice. So this side will also have to stack as well. Yeah. Let's try that first. I'm not going to touch that first block. Stack. Maybe 12. Oh, this is even longer. Alright, 19. Yeah, okay. So that's good. Now I need to cut through this part. Just make sure this corner piece doesn't get affected, which I don't think it will. So what I'm gonna do is to try to cut these, stack 10, cut and stack basically. Yeah, something like this. And then I can manually patch these sections. Because I want to join this like so. And I have to leave this empty as well. So that's like a double sloped roof. Alright, here. And then these upside down stairs. I don't know why I'm building so crazy today. Like, this isn't even a grand station or anything. But, I don't know, I guess I just had the idea and then I just decided to do it. Like, why not? Okay, so this part... Really, let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm curious what you guys think and if you all have built something similar in your worlds before, especially for a train station. Kind of a unique concept, maybe not really, maybe I'm just hyping this up too much, but actually you're like, oh, this is super normal, I've done it plenty of times. Organic builds, that's normal, easy stuff. I don't know. Haven't seen that much of organic builds on the Let's Play though, so I'm curious. Alright, we're almost done here. Just a few more blocks. Right there. And okay. So I think this is all symmetrical now, right? Let's check if this part matches up on the inside. Yeah, okay. Looks really good. And this unstable roof is good. Okay, now we have to clean up the rest of the roof. I'm planning to just make this... Probably just line this with normal slabs is good enough. Something like this. Set spruce slab. Yeah, doesn't have to be fancy. And then this can also poke out a little bit. That's fine. And then fix the pillars. I don't think I'll make those wood pillars poke out. And do this. I'm like constantly checking if that block got updated. Okay, so here and here. Okay, all the pillars are good. Now I have to figure out what to do with this cyan glass. I could just line the top with quartz first, like this. And then figure out the glass in the middle. Because I can totally just build up and make the window bigger. I'm not sure if I want to do that though. So let me try just closing it off like this. It's missing something. Missing something in the middle. So maybe I do need some window. But it looks kind of weird. Maybe just a rectangular window. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this part. Okay. I will just leave it for now. That's what I always say for my builds. I'll just leave this for now. We can always fix it later. That's my favorite quote. Quote of myself. Okay, this is fine. Like this. This looks good. I feel like I'm overusing the quartz a little bit here. I don't know what else I can do. So if I just replace this layer of quartz, let's see what happens. So what other blocks were in our palette? Replace smooth quartz with, let's try, mushroom. No, not mushroom stem. Red mushroom block. Interesting. That might work, actually. That's actually a pretty cool effect. Yeah, Okay. And then I need the station entrance sign. How should I do this? Maybe... I could do it like this, but then if I do it over here as well, then I can't put one here. So maybe I could do it right here, but that would also cover the red mushroom texture. Actually, it's not that bad. Yeah, let's just do this. Nice. I think this looks pretty good. And I think one thing I'm going to do here is just replace this with the brown version. So we get both colors in here. Alright, and then same for this section. Kind of want to do this. Nice, yeah. Okay, this block palette makes a lot of sense to me now. And then this can turn into glass, and this can just stay at quartz, I guess. Okay, I like this. I like this. Okay. Yeah, plenty of space in the station. No space for water and seats, though. It's okay. Maybe... Yeah. I feel like there could be more to furnish this station. Like, okay, fine, I'll add back the water and the seats. And then we need the model, change stick, and then maybe passenger information display system. I like using this single arrival. Where would I put it though? Like if I do it like this, then... Ah, I have an idea. Spruce fence with metal blocks. So we'll have... Oh, that's too close to the lift, actually. Maybe I'll just put it like this. It's not that bad. It doesn't look that bad. Yeah. Okay. So this will be... We need to manually assign the platforms because it's not going to detect it because it's way too far. Oh, I forgot to put passenger information displays down on the platforms as well. So we gotta change that. Okay, so seats right there. We don't need too many. And then probably some clocks. Okay, I think this is good enough. Yeah, doesn't need to be that complicated. I might as well put a couple of these. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is good enough, and let me remember to go back down to the platforms to put the passenger information displays. And then after that, we can start running trains through, even though we haven't finished the platform at Capo yet. I think I'll just add it on to this here. That makes the most sense, and it's symmetrical as well with everything else, kind of. All right, let's refresh the depot. Refresh, please. Okay, success. And all right, we have our connection on the map as well. So let's take a look at the Hawai'i Skyline and check out how long our line is. So 541 and 542. So let me grab my calculator real quick. So that is 5 times 60 is 300. 300 plus 41. Let's do 41 seconds. Times 2, 682 seconds round trip. So in our depot, we have 40 seconds per train, which would mean divide by 40, 17 trains. This is pretty close to perfect, actually. 17.05. Okay, so... Oh, we should go back to the siding and put 17 right there. So let me clear, refresh, instant deploy, I guess. I don't know if instant deploy works very well with this line. Because of... I don't know. Let's just see. Okay, effect, clear. I forgot to check the light levels up there again, so... Yeah, light levels are fine. A little bit dark over here. Oh, I need ticket machines. Sometimes it's easy to forget about that. So let's put them maybe somewhere here. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's go 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 12 car. Yeah, this is a lift-only station again, just like the other ones. And if we have a ferry pier, we will also make that in the middle of this lift channel as well. So like between the platform and concourse levels, or I mean between the concourse and ground levels, we will put the ferry terminal there. I hope the trains are not jammed. Kind of worried about that. Yeah, maybe actually that's what instant deploy will do. So let me clear vehicles and refresh again. Just for good measure. Let the trains depart organically, I suppose. And meanwhile, we can go towards Capo Castle and just make sure, because the doors will still open. And I feel like I'm gonna let Sudori design this part. I think that'll be the best option. So, oh, this needs to stack. Yeah, I feel like I want to let Sudori build this station so that it's kind of in line with the building style up top. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. This looks really nice, like much nicer than what I can build. Anyway, so we will somehow need some escalators or lifts coming down here. I think I'll at least hollow out a space for Sudori so that it'll be easier. Okay. Alright, clear some space out. Sudori can feel free to do whatever in the space. It should be dead center with the rest here. Yeah. I'm gonna ask if he wants to build this platform or if he prefers that I do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this work in progress for the moment. Put some arrivals here. Why isn't it working? Okay, there we go. Okay, the trains are arriving, so I think let's go back 2 stations back and take a test ride to the Mushroom Island. I think we go straight this way. We'll hit the station. Oh, do I see a train? Or is that just the tracks? Can't tell. Alright, anyway, these are our new tracks, so we might as well take a ride through this as well. There are trains coming through already. Can I make this one? No! I fell through. Okay, that's okay. The next train should be 40 seconds away, theoretically. Oh, there might be jams while the trains are being deployed. I'll probably move the depot at Aloha Stadium to avoid this kind of stuff when redeploying. So, alright, first train ride. Let's go. This pillar is like blocking the whole platform. Alright, front row seat, let's do this. This is a gradual slope down. I've never built any rails with this gradual slope before, I think. It's always been those super sharp curves. Wow, it feels hypnotizing coming down here. Alright, speeding along through the tunnels. And then this is the underwater section. I should probably clear my night vision to get the full effect. And then here's our station. Let's go one more to Kapolei Castle to enjoy the tunnel view as well. I'm kind of considering replacing the white stained glass for these tunnels just to normal glass because of Minecraft's translucent rendering glitches. Look at this. It looks so weird because you can't see the blue of the water and there's like patches of shadows and yeah, just looks weird. So I wonder if it's a good idea to switch it out. And I'm hoping that these trains don't jam right here of the turn back, so I guess we'll find out. I should probably mention somewhere that Kapolei Castle connection is still work in progress. I don't know. Okay, so the next train isn't here yet. That means the turn back probably won't jam, which is good. Alright. Approaching University of Hawaii, West Oahu. So the main UH campus is actually not in Kapolei. That's why this is labeled as West Oahu. The main campus is more on the east side of the island. Just an FYI. Okay, so we have this. Okay, everything looks really good, and I'm happy with the progress. Maybe I can end the video here. Next time we can probably add the manual driving depot so that you all can enjoy this line. I hope you enjoyed this video and the new building style. In the Hawai'i Skyline, I explored several different building styles. Let me know which one you like the most. Let me know what you think of this mushroom station. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!